The X-Men.
All right, the X-Men. I think they have 4 movies: X-Men, 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 and then Wolverine, Wolverine, Wolverine. If you count them, something like that. The X-Men franchise by me. Here's who the X-Men's are. Wolverine, obviously. Storm. Wolverine's played by Hugh Jackman. Very good. Storm's played by... What's her name? The one I hate. Halle Berry. Oh, damn it. I don't know any of the other ones. Oh, yeah, the one that I like so much, Jean Grey. She's played by a red-haired lady. I don't know her name. Damn it. He has a brother who's played by an actor who I don't know who he is. What's his name? He's like a badger or something. The Wolverine, I mean, has a brother at some point. Man, I don't know where to start with this show. Okay, there's a guy who's bald and in a wheelchair. His name's Captain Xavier. I don't remember his first name. Xavier Thomas. Xavier Doctor? Professor. Something like that. But also, there's a prequel before in which the guy from Jumpin' Jack Flash is in it. Oh my god. Tremors. What's his name? I really like him as an actor. Is he in it? Tremors, man.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah. He's in a prequel where he's Magneto. No, he's not. That's a guy with black hair. Fuck it all to hell. Oh my god, the bald guy who's Professor X. He's played by an old man, usually, who's like maybe a knight, an Englishman. Farts another good basket. And then back in the day, he's played by another cat who's not. Why do I think Kevin Bacon's in this? Is he Magneto? God. Fuck. There's 2 dudes, right? God, I'm so mad right now. They have a whole movie about them back in the day and how the X-Men started. And he had, like, Professor Xavier's school for weird kids. Where he found there's mutants on the planet. Humans and mutants. I don't know where they come from. For some reason, some people are born this way, and they have a special power when they're born. Or when they're kids, they learn that they have a special power, and there's all different kinds of ones. And some people's bodies are weird, and some people's bodies are regular, and some people's minds are weird, and some people's minds are regular, but they all have something different about them. And this Professor Xavier guy, what the fuck is his name? Is he one? Is the question? And why is he in a wheelchair? Because he gets into that prequel fight with his best friend Magneto, who they used to be best friends, and they were trying to do the right thing somehow and help these fucking kids, because everybody was like, they're freaks, they're bad guys, whatever the fuck, and also they didn't know how to use their powers, so they were like, we're smart and rich, let's help them with their powers, and we'll teach them how to do it so it won't be bad and stuff like that. But then they get into an airplane submarine battle where Professor X is like honestly wanting to help these people, and then Magneto gets power crazy or whatever, and he has magnet powers obviously, and he lifts up a whole submarine and crushes the professor guy. He must be a fucking superhero, or else he wouldn't be alive anymore, I'm pretty sure, because he gets through some kind of... What is his power? I don't feel like he has one, but... Anyway, they used to be best friends, now they're not, because the Magneto guy was like, actually, I want to be bad about it. And then they got teams, and it was like, oh, I'm with this guy, and I'm with that guy. Oh, and there's a Sparkle lady in that movie, and she gets with the bad guy, but she used to be with the good guy. I guess they all used to be with a good guy because they were all on the good team, but now there's a bad guy split off. So that happens in one of them. X-Men Origins, I'm going to call that. And here's who the X-Men's are. There's one that's like a dragonfly girl. There's one that's a really fast boy. Cripes. All the rest of them are so irrelevant. Is that horrible to say? I don't know what else they do. I mean, honest to God, I have no idea. They have that origin story one, and then the only thing that matters to me is all of the Wolverine movies. So what happens with him is he Is he not a mutant? He's a man who's an adult. And they come to him and they say, experiment. This is like Captain America. No, it's different. He joins the army. Listen, the Wolverine is a drunkard in the bar. He's a miserable man. He wears cowboy boots and white tank tops. And what's he mad about? I don't know. Something. His family was probably killed by bad guys or something. I don't think they were though. It doesn't matter. Somebody comes to him and is like, I'm gonna do an experiment on you. And he's like, all right. And then, I don't know why. And then they change his bones out to be bones. He has some kind of special, he goes into like a sun tanning machine. What are those things? MRI machine or whatever. Where you lay down. And they do horrible stuff to you in there. And they suck all his bone juice out. Sticking new bones in that are made out of adamantium. I know that word's right. And now he is super strength and super power fighting machine guy, and he has fancy metal bones. And when he goes ching or whatever, ching, and out comes big long knife claws, and he says. So he's the Wolverine, and he then beats people up like that. But he also goes rogue because he doesn't actually want to be a bad guy. I don't know why I don't even know what they do to him or why. And then in one of his movies, he has to fight, they make a new version of him who's made out of Ryan Reynolds. Is that his name? Who's later on Deadpool. And they call him Deadpool, but it's different. And he has adamantium too, and he has cha-ching, a long sword coming out of his shit. And they get into a fight in a hangar airplane place, it looks like. And only his mouth is sewn shut, and he's terrifying, but super ripped. And definitely hot. And bald. Lots of bald these days. And that fight is good. Somehow the Wolverine wins. He also, in one of his movies, has a brother who comes, and he's named the Badger. I'm making that up because he's some other kind of animal that's Wolverine-ish, which is like badgers, but it's not that. But anyway, how did he get to be a superhero? Because he seems like he's just naturally born a mutant. I think the things that come out of his hands are nasty, like bones or something horrible. He's big, thick dude. Wolverine ain't like that. He's terrifying. But he's more like a badger. We're going to call him that. I don't know what they fight about. Brotherly stuff. I'm sure the Wolverine wins that one. He also gets into it with Jean Grey, who's the Phoenix. And they have a really cool show where they one time have to jump onto some kind of spinning, terrifying machine thing that's maybe like a power generator or something. They go to some kind of broken down place. And she has to go into it and I think take his power into her or some crazy fucking shit. And that's when she like turns into some other power, magic, something to guess to be the most powerful superhero that there is. Before that she was already the coolest, but then she gets like some sort of fucking the power of the sun or some shit inside of her from that machine thing that they were using. They get into a giant fight there. Who's the bad guy there? Magneto. As an old man. Who the fuck is that old guy, Magneto? I feel like he's Kevin. There's two guys who I'm thinking of. There's one that has black hair, but also Kevin Bacon feels like he's the one. And then also like Gandalf or somebody. As an old man.
Because Gandalf's a young man.
No, I mean like the Magneto old one, I think is Gandalf. And the Magneto young one is Kevin Bacon. But there's also a guy with black hair. Who's that? Oh! I was so excited. I was thinking he was Professor X. He's not though, because I can picture what Professor X looks like. He wears like a tweed jacket and he looks like a professor from England. And probably a turtleneck. It ain't him. It ain't that tall black-haired guy. Who the fuck is that? I don't know. There's a scene where somebody shouts. The teenage versions of the X-Men's are all like, "Oh, we got called here." They like you see them as kids doing their weird like, oh, playing with blocks and with their telekinesis or whatever, and then they all get to go to some kind of place, which I guess is Professor X's house, school for weirdies, and that has a name though. The school for weirdies is like Professor X's school for weirdies. That's not what it's called. Mutant University. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, they go there and they're all in some kind of a room, and there's a big glass window. You remember this scene? And they're in there, and the dragonfly one is there, flying, and they're like showing off their stuff to each other, and then somebody comes and they're like, maybe it's like a loud screechy one or something, and all the glass breaks, and then they get into a fight, and you're like, oh shit, they're fucked, because they don't know how to use their stuff yet, and they're just being like silly kids about it. Oh, and I think there's one who's a boy who has like hairy feet. He's like a hairy beast man. The Beast. But when they're younger, he's a teenager, and he's into one of the girl ones, and they're into each other, but then he's scared because he's the Beast and he hates himself because he hates his gross beast body. But she's like, it's fine, you're not gross to me. That happens. I think his name's the Beast or Beast. Who's the girl he's into? I don't know. Diamond Girl's there. Ooh, oh, Diamond Girl. She's played by... Oh, there's also Blue Lady, who's super hot. Charlize Theron. Might that be the Blue Lady? No, that ain't her. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Yep. Nope. Oh, eek. Diamond Girl, I know her fucking actor name. What is it? Blonde hair she has. I don't know why her power is so great. Why didn't you just break her? She's boys with Magneto. She's like his right-hand man. She must be super powerful because she's his right-hand man, but also, I don't know I guess diamonds are pretty hard. I don't know. She seems fragile to me. Who else was the same? Oh, the blue one. She's an X-Man. Oh, is she the girl from the Mockingjay show? Is she the one who plays it? I think there's two different people who play it. That's why I'm getting confused, maybe. Anyway, there's a blue one. What the fuck is her name? She's super hot. Super hot blue lady. She looks like a fish, kind of, but not. She has like weird markings on her blue skin. I don't remember if she's good or bad. Does she go back and forth, maybe? I think she goes back and forth. I don't know. I'm rambling now, but I think in that scene, anyways, I think the bad guys come. You're like, oh, they're fucked, and then they are. I think a bunch of them die. I think they're in that moment, and you never see them again. It was like, that was stupid. I don't know why we got introduced to them. I think that somebody bad keeps them in cages and does tests on them. At some point, they got to break them out. I don't know what else happens. So Wolverine also had another movie recently that I didn't watch because you thought it was stupid, and I didn't want to watch it by myself, which was about him and some kid. I'll probably watch that. Now that I'm talking about it. I don't know. That might be all I know about the X-Mans. I can tell you that those are the only scenes I fucking remember. There's like a plane and a ship. I mean, a submarine that gets lifted out of the water, dropped on somebody. There's a glass window that gets broken when the kids are acting like fools. There's a kid who's subconscious about his body. Is that even the right word?
No.
That's not. He don't like his fucking bod is what I'm trying to say. Self-conscious. That's the words I'm trying to say. Because he's a beast. Who wouldn't feel weird about that? And then they're at some sort of broken down fucking energy generating fucking, what even is that? Oh, I think that's when Ryan Reynolds is there too. And the Phoenix fucking levels up. That's it, man. That shit's good though. I should watch that stuff again. Everybody should watch it. It's good. And I'm pretty sure it's also terrible. But it's good. It's fun. And Wolverine is there. He's so cool. I don't know why. That's it. That's all I got. That's it.